The holidays are upon us now. I got to see my niece recently. I dropped her off. She's in the 4th grade, and I dropped her off at school, and they have these signs up on the wall that say, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." From a scientific standpoint, that's inaccurate. As a metaphor, it doesn't really work either, because it's like saying dream big and then lower your expectations, and you'll be satisfied with mediocrity. It's like, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the general managers at Applebee's. I don't know if you can tell by my slanted eyes or my dark hair, but I'm part Polish. My dad is Japanese. My mom is a Polak. She affectionately refers to me as a Japlock because she's racist. My grandparents actually met in Japanese internment camp. Upon hearing this, my first thought was, what an Asian way to meet somebody. You know, like it's more efficient than it is romantic. We're already here, I guess we'll just do this thing. I went to a elementary school called Bowder, and it was built in the 60s, and they had this like hippie philosophy of pod learning. So there was no walls separating the classrooms in the school. It was all open, and like they had this theory that like through osmosis we could like absorb more. So like hearing the other teachers' lessons, it was very strange. And I feel like especially elementary school is 99% about learning how to socialize with your peers. And they took me in the 1st grade, and they're like, we're just going to have you skip the 2nd grade. And they put me into a 3rd grade class, which was a bad decision because admittedly I was extremely weird as a child. I had really bad OCD, so I had a lot of nervous tics, and one of them was like counting. I'd have to look at people and like count the number. So I was just always whispering to myself. I was also painfully aware of the fact that I was the only Asian person and it was mostly white people. So to compensate for this, I would just open my eyes really wide. All the pictures of me from like the 1st through the 7th grade, I just look startled like this. Or like I have glaucoma. So they put me in this 3rd grade class, and there was this girl that did not like me named Jackie Fabrizio. And she told everyone in that class that my older sister was doing drugs. And I went home and I asked my mom, and my mom was like, that is correct. So that Christmas day, we actually drove up to visit her in rehab, and the first thing we see when I get there is these 4 teenage boys playing hacky sack with a dead pigeon. And I was like, Santa is not fucking visiting here. There's no way I'm gonna get dicked out of all my presents. It's so good this year dealing with Jackie Fabrizio. There was this, I recently quit drinking, but there was this study done in the frontiers of psychology, and it was how to get served quickest at the bar. And they found 2 key things. You have to stand at the front of the bar, and you have to make eye contact with the bartender. And this is really useful information for me because for years I would just order my drink with my back turned towards the bar. And I would just whisper my drink order. Can I get a Bud Light? Bud Light over here. And I would never get served. I know why. Thank you so much for listening.